This week in Women in Sports, one of the best teams in the WNBA added some new names to the roster. Meet some of the Special Olympics All-Stars who got to hoop it up with the pros. Plus, we take a deeper look at a college inclusion program that is helping to shape a national competitor. And later, how do you run a marathon when you're allergic to the sun? See how a lifelong athlete was able to shed a few layers and reach her goal.
WCCO's Women in Sports, sponsored by Franson Bank and Trust.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Amelia Santaniello. Here at WCCO, we are celebrating the highlights of female athletes in this digital segment called Women in Sports. We'll share news stories with you every week right here as we do our part to give those athletes the recognition they deserve. This weekend, runners from all over will gather in northern Minnesota for the 50th annual Grandma's Marathon. The 26.2-mile race is named after its original sponsor, Grandma's Saloon. In this week's Women in Sports, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield introduces us to one of the runners facing a very unique training obstacle.
Emily Pearson is a lifelong athlete.
I swam for 12 years.
When she aged out of the pool, she started on a new path.
I knew I wanted to get into running.
But for years, running looked like this.
If we did this interview a year ago, I would have been right now covered head to toe just to avoid the sunlight exposure because it would...
With clothing?
Yeah, with clothing. It would cause really painful reactions, my hands, feet, and face, everything.
Emily has EPP. It's a rare genetic disorder that causes severe, painful reactions to sunlight.
It felt like my hands were in an oven on fire with like pins and needles, like burning, itching, like just anything I could do to cool them off.
And her face?
But it just looks like a balloon, kind of like puffy.
And feels
and just feels hot and insufferable pain.
So her goal to run long races was complicated.
I would run at 4 or 5 in the morning. I would run covered up. If I had to run in the afternoon, I would run outside, head to toe in gear, or I would run late at night. I would wait to run until like 9 or 10 o'clock after it was like dusk.
But she's been making it happen. 8 half marathons and 1 full. This was not the path of least resistance for you. This was not the sport of least resistance to you, but you went for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I wanted to prove to myself that I could and prove to myself that I can do anything I put my mind to and make younger me proud.
She's now training for grandmas in her hometown of Duluth, but this race is different. Through Mayo, she's on a clinical trial for bitopartin, a new drug, and
now I can run at 8 in the morning, I can run at 2 in the afternoon, I can run at 4 in the afternoon, I can run whenever I want, and I don't have to worry about getting a reaction from EPP from the sun.
Seems like you found freedom.
Yeah.
She says she's shed the anxiety of trying to always hide from the sun. She's shed the bulky clothing, too.
A lot of people can't even say they've run a marathon, and I can say, well, I've done it while allergic to the sun, so.
We're proud of you, too.
Thank you.
With photojournalist Mike Durenberger, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO News.
It is basketball season almost year-round at the Division I college level. For the Gopher women, that means building on a Sweet 16 finish. They're working out right now, going to summer school, and probably trying to find NIL deals. This time of year is about a lot of individual attention. On top of that, they want to move forward without forgetting what happened just a few months ago.
That season is done, but what we take is what we learn from that, and I think what we learn from that season is certainly what the process looks like and what it should look like, and definitely how challenging it is, but also how much fun it can be too, how rewarding it is.
They also must begin the process of integrating new players into their culture. The veterans know how important it is to find a rhythm as a team.
The team culture we had last year, certain aspects of that, obviously you don't want to force it and make anything exactly the same, but bringing in new people, new personalities, I think that's one of the biggest things we want to bring through, is just loving each other and having energy for each other.
It is a sign of a healthy sports league. The WNBA is adding more regular season games starting next year. The current season has a maximum of 44 games. For 2027 and 2028 is going up to a max of 50 games. It will then go up again to a max of 52 games from 2029 to 2032. The new numbers are part of a new 7-year collective bargaining agreement. The Lynx are no longer the top dog in the WNBA. Their first matchup with Vegas ended their 8-game win streak, and the Aces replaced Minnesota at #1 in the standings. Olivia Miles was great late, but struggled to keep possession in her first time facing one of the best teams in the league. The rookie turned the ball over 6 times as Minnesota's comeback fell just short.
Yeah, I'm kind of beating myself up for the turnovers. I feel like a lot of them were unforced, but I'm also giving myself grace. I got to learn. It's my first time playing against them, feeling the pressure of the game. So, yeah, I'll be better. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to take this one and learn from it, take the good with the bad.
During their hot run, one question came to mind for many fans. How will a healthy Nafisa Collier change things? After their recent loss, it is clear where the team needs help. Minnesota really is without much depth. In their game against Vegas, they got just 7 points off the bench. The new reserves will surely help with that.
We are looking forward to, getting healthier and, getting a little more depth for us and continuing to develop some of the guard play, to get a little more aggressive offensively and, get an identity with the second group. That's still something that we're working on.
And later in the week, the Lynx proved that you don't want to play them when they're coming off a loss. They looked to begin a new winning streak against Portland and left no doubt. Former Lynx Bridget Carlton was in town after going first overall in the expansion draft. Minnesota rode a huge first quarter to a big first half lead. Nia Coffey led the Lynx 60-40 at the break. Olivia Miles got red hot after forcing turnovers and making 3 steals. The passing was great as always, especially from Natasha Howard. Lynx won handily 107-74.
We making shots. I mean, when you look at our field goal attempts, it ain't like it's 18 and 20 shots going up. I think we efficient, and that's why you see the score the way it is. But like Nia said, man, I love the way we play. If we can play fast and get out and run, I think we thrive in that space.
The Twin Cities is getting ready to host some of the top athletes in the country. The Special Olympics USA Games kick off next week. The opening ceremony is Saturday, June 20th at Huntington Bank Stadium. More than 3,000 athletes from all 50 states will be going for the gold. Ahead of the games, some Special Olympians had an awesome day on the court with the Minnesota Lynx. Photojournalist Joe Van Ryn and Frankie McClister show us the newest members of the Junior Lynx Dream Team.
So excited to sign all of you guys today. Are you guys ready to sign your contracts and get your jerseys? Yes.
An exciting moment for Lynx President of Business Operations Carly Knox as she adds some new talent to the team's roster. 10 Special Olympians from Southview Middle School in Edina signing one-day contracts to join the Junior Lynx Dream Team. The athletes did a photo shoot before hitting the court and practicing with the pros.
Oh my gosh, it's like a larger-than-life experience. I think walking in from the moment we set foot in the facility, it was kind of like you were in a dream, truly. And of course, it doesn't hurt the fact that this team is #1 in the nation right now, right?
It's a moment these young athletes won't soon forget.
Something that they remember for the rest of their lives. I think we've all had moments that we remember as kids that kind of transform us and the things that we love, the things that we're into,
And a moment the pros don't take for granted either.
The joy, that the young players have and some awe, and kind of where they are. And while we're giving to those young kids, they're also giving to us. It fills us up.
A simple connection going a long way.
I think the coolest thing is feeling seen and heard, and like these people who are, again, these larger-than-life people, seeing them, giving them hugs, giving them high fives.
Whether their athletic dreams are just beginning or they've reached the pinnacle of their game, they all started with a dream.
We were once in their shoes, so it's always amazing to be able to give back in some way, and Minnesota has given to us so much, so it's only right to give back.
With photojournalist Joe Van Ryn, Frankie McClister, WCCO News.
With the Special Olympics 2026 USA Games right around the corner, Derek James caught up with one hometown runner who's using the experience to showcase confidence, independence, and inclusion.
I'm about to do 300.
At Bethel University's track, Lucy Haugland is putting in one final interval workout before the biggest race of her life. 4 years ago, Lucy represented Team Minnesota in gymnastics at the Special Olympics USA Games in Orlando.
I got 4 silvers and 1 gold.
Now she's headed back to the national stage, this time in track and field. competing in the 400, 800, and 1500 meters in front of a hometown crowd.
Set, go.
Lucy's mom, Kelly, is her club team coach and training partner.
Even a year ago when we started this process, after she found out she was chosen, she couldn't run 3 miles without stopping. And about a month ago, she had me pulling me along on a 5-mile run without stopping.
3 to 5 workouts a week have helped prepare Lucy for the games. But another part of her journey happened just a few steps away from this track.
Raise your hand if pink is your favorite color.
Lucy is a graduate of Bethel University's BUILD program, a 2-year transition and post-secondary program that provides the full college experience for students with intellectual disabilities. Lucy has Down syndrome.
I remember when we dropped her off on campus, she walked up the stairs and she said, "Mom, I got this." And she did.
Okay, salad, what else?
One of the keys is inclusion.
They're having an opportunity to live life, do life together, and even be on teams together.
Me and Bethel has helped me a lot. It gives me confidence.
Lucy embraced college life and after graduation, moved into her own apartment and secured a job.
They can do it. They can go to college. They can move away from home and have their own place. They can have incredible jobs, and they can compete very well at high levels through things like the USA Games.
She drives everything she does, and we are just the facilitators of that in our family.
On a wet, gloomy day, Lucy is a ray of sunshine running toward another victory. She hopes her journey sends a message.
Be more inclusive, be included instead of excluded.
With photojournalist Mike Durenberger.
Good job.
Derek James, WCCO News.
4 Bethel University BUILD alumni and 1 incoming student are competing in the Special Olympics USA Games. And this is 3 Strings, an adaptive music ensemble that will perform throughout the games. We caught some of the rehearsals this week in Bloomington. The musicians in this group have some special abilities, especially when it comes to how they read their music, and they are led by a special woman.
It's somewhat like Guitar Hero, and it's more colors though. There are 12 notes in the scale from C to C. There are 12 different pitches, and every pitch is assigned a separate color.
And that was Ruth Pippa LeMay. She is the brains behind this amazing idea, as well as the founder and president of 3 Strings. WCCO will be covering the USA Games from opening ceremonies through the close, sharing the special moments, big wins, and important resources that go on past the national event. The PWHL draft is complete, and the Frosts have some hot new talent. The Frosts scored a Big Ten player, selecting Sarah Swiderski from Ohio State. She is a skilled defender, and she helped lead her team to the Frozen Four. Swiderski was the 9th overall selection. The Gophers Abbey Murphy was taken number 2 overall by Seattle, adding to her storied career that included a spot on the gold medal Olympic team. A couple of Frost players also took home some awards this week. Kelly Pannek won Forward of the Year after she led the PWHL in goals and points, and she also made the first All-Star team along with teammate Taylor Heise. Of course, they are Minnesotans as well, Pannek from Plymouth and Heise from Lake City. The tennis world is buzzing about this. The Williams sisters are returning to Wimbledon. Serena and Venus are teaming up to play doubles on the grass at the All England Club. It has been 10 years since they last played together at Wimbledon. Serena is now 44 years old. Venus just turned 46 this week. The sisters have won 6 double titles at Wimbledon. The tournament starts in less than 2 weeks. Thanks for watching this week's Women in Sports. I'm Amelia Santaniello, and we will be back with more great stories next week.